Hello. I'm so excited. I'm like a little kid. Like a little kid. Off the cuff. It's me, Delora off the cuff. So happy you guys could be with me for the first one. There's so much I want to cover and I just never get to. And so many people have asked me to come back on YouTube because there's a lot of people, mostly everybody is aware and awake and they kind of get it on Rumble. I'm still there for those of you that are wondering. I'm Delora OBrien, The Gathering. Believe it or not, I have issues over there. I do. So what's the difference? I get subscribers taken from me. Many of you said that. I get views taken from me. And people have a hard time finding me. So, you know what? I'm going to do what I do best. I'm going to be me. I'm going to cover things no one will touch. I may sit here with you sometimes and have lunch, have a cup of coffee. I might have to go to the bathroom and I'm going to leave you for a minute. This is me. This is me raw. This is who I am. If you don't like truth, you're not going to like the channel. If you don't like God, you're not going to like the channel. Those are the two things I'm about, and I bridge them for people that don't understand the spiritual aspect of life and people that maybe are not yet aware of the truth that's going on in our world. So, again, welcome to Delora Off the Cuff. For the new people here, and there may be some that are coming on maybe even after the live. I love you guys too. And listen, I will get to that, but this is a place where you guys can ask questions. I can now look over and stop it. I'm not interrupting anyone. I'm not the only person I'm interrupting is me, and I'm perfectly fine with that. So let me just go through. If you don't know who I am, I'm Delora OBrien. I worked with Prophet Kim Clement for just over a decade until he passed. What had happened was in 2015, he gave my husband and I a prophetic word. And it was very long, but basically it said that we would be doing gatherings all over the country. And we would be opening up the region and we would bringing hope to the region. We would be coming against religion. And that's what we do. So if you don't know who we are, we're on here. I'm on here now every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon Eastern. Join me. And Friday nights on Rumble, Delora OBrien, The Gathering. That's Fab 4. And then Sunday nights is our ministry church service, The Gathering at Solomon's Porch, over at Rumble at 6 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so that's who I am. Now, what do? We are now on our 12th gathering, okay? He gave us that word in 2015, right before Kim got sick. And in 2021, October 16th, at the Trump National Golf Course in upstate New York, we did our first gathering called Gideon's Army. And wouldn't you know, 300 people were there. That's all it could fit. And that's how God just took off with this. We're now going to be doing our 12th gathering right outside of Chicago on April 13th, right there. Go there and you'll see tickets, always free, always free. If we have to charge, we will stop doing this. So just go there, register for as many tickets as you want. Bring people that don't know God. Bring people that aren't aware of what's going on in the world. Those are the people we need to touch. That's why I'm on this platform again. And I pray I'm good. I'm going to have to maneuver a little. You know how it is, but that's okay. I'm willing to do that now. Okay, so how do we do these gatherings that cost thousands and thousands of dollars? We've done 11 of them all over the country. And this is our 12th. We have two fundraisers. One of them is joyincountry.com that my daughter Jenna put up so that were able to do this. This is one of the tops from there. This is called Believe It. I had to wear it today because of the name. So if you love it, it's got dolman sleeves, very stretchy, so comfy. Perfect for going from winter into spring and actually even to the nights in the summer. Go to joyandcountry.com, Delora's Closet. You can find it there. The other fundraiser, and then I'm going to begin right after this. I'm not going to do this every time, but I have to lay a foundation here, is we partnered with again, for a fundraiser, a family-owned, American-made company. I can't say the name because of our 43rd and 44th of the United States. So I can't, and that was because it was of a lawsuit. So I can't say the name, and that's the reason why I can't. But if you go to wearetakingitback.com, what you will see is a whole thing describing what it is. That's not where you buy food and partner with us for a fundraiser and buy creams and makeup, and that's not it. That's the place where you can put your name and you can put your email address, and then we will contact you by text to see if you want further information. Okay, that's where we are right now. Again, there, if you want to join us right outside of Chicago, we're going to be praying, doing a lot of praying in this one for, Mr. T and everything that's going on. So this is going to be a very powerful one. You probably don't want to miss. So go there and get yourself some free tickets. Okay, there are tickets left. All right. So why would I ever open up my first one with off the cuff, what in the flat ? World is going on? Well, I'll explain to you why. In order for me to continue, thank you, honey cakes. I got to stop. Glad you dropped interviews because the truth is being revealed on who to trust and who to not. Our discernment is so important. We will be shocked when the veil is removed and we see. Yes. So thank you for saying that. People have asked me. I'm still on Rumble. I still do Fab 4. I'm probably going to do different ones. I don't know on what, but how God leads. And we're there for Solomon's Porch. I'm here again, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon. About 2 to 3 weeks ago, Dennis and I were in prayer and God spoke to me sovereignly. And he really told me, do not have anyone on your show that you do not know for many years. You cannot vet. You don't really know who they are. And don't do that. And furthermore, you don't go on any shows. So I'm kind of in a box right now with God, and I have no problem with that. I miss, some interaction, and I miss people ask me to be on their show, but I've got to do what God says because I know there's a reason for this, and we're all going to find out why soon, I'm sure. But that's why I decided to do this, because now I have the time. Now I'm more available, and maybe that's what he wanted. So but thank you for Honey Cakes for bringing that up. So what in the flat world is going on? Let me explain to you. Truth is challenging, very challenging. Truth is difficult to swallow sometimes. We know good is good and evil is evil, and God wins. Beyond that, it gets very gray and it gets very muddy. And I've discovered some people that I loved and respected and listened to and followed just 3 short years ago that I don't anymore. I no longer do anything but this book. Yes, I still use the book. And those that I know, I worked with, I joined arms with, I can't follow anyone else. I don't know where they're coming out of. I don't know if they're coming out of the third heaven, if they're coming out of the second heaven. I don't know who they're hearing from. I don't know where they stand. So, yeah, white hats, black hats, I don't even know if that exists. I don't know. I know good is good and evil is evil. And I can tell which is which. And you can as well, I'm sure. But This is why I did this to open off the cuff. 3 things freak people out. I've been, for those of you that don't know me well, I have been awake since I was in college. I was pre-med. I was in a hospital. I was working on the surgical floor for extra credit and to make a little bit of extra money. Dennis and I got married very young, and I needed to make money. When I saw a doctor literally kill a patient, and all the nurses on the floor covered it up, ripped out, there was charts, clipboards at that time, rip it out, tear it up, throw it away, and write a new order so that you couldn't tell that he did that. And he actually killed that woman. I questioned the head nurse. I still remember her name. I questioned that head nurse. She said to me, "You ever speak one word of this, we will have you blacklisted." Needless to say, I grabbed my coat, grabbed my pocketbook, and I walked out. This was a Saturday. That Monday, I quit school. That is how long I've been awake. 3 things over all the years I know now is driving people crazy, breaks up families, breaks up friends, breaks up ministries, breaks up churches, and this is who they are. Mr. T, Jesus Christ, and flat earth. Those 3 things destroy relationships. And probably right now, flat earth is causing more division amongst people than anything else. So why? Why is that? You say programming, yes. We've been programmed since we've been born to believe that it's round. Now, do I believe it's flat? Not really. I know it's not this shape. That's what I know. So I know that it's something else. Okay? That little bit of truth, which came into me from Admiral Byrd saying that there was lands beyond Antarctica that have not been explored, the size of the United States, sent me down a rabbit hole that I've learned so much. I still have some questions. So what is it? Elliptoid, a bowl, flat? I don't know what it is, but this is what I do know. I know that if people have been bought into this to such a degree, or if they've grown up with that part of their life, or if they've grown up as an atheist, Jesus Christ will set them off. I was an atheist. See, I was all these things. I was in the occult. I always say there's nothing more dangerous than a reformed thief. Nothing. I'm a reformed thief. Satan hates my guts. Now, I'm going to play you something. Now, understand from what you're seeing, it looks like one is actually bigger than the other, the circles, but they're not. I've seen these on other videos. They are actually look the same size, but the blue does look bigger here, but just trust me, they're the same size. But watch how this goes and you'll understand what I'm saying. Have to lay this foundation for you guys of where we're going on Off the Cuff.
What you might be thinking, these 2 circles are not equal. I repeat, these 2 circles are not equal. One is in fact larger than the other. What I need you to do is determine which one that is. So, please raise your hand if you believe the blue circle is larger than the red. All right. Please raise your hand if you believe the red circle is larger than the blue. All right, very good. Now, before I said anything about these 2 circles, what was your first instinct? Equal, right? because they look equal. And the reason why they look equal is because, in fact, they are equal. These two circles are identical. Yet I got just about every one of you to raise your hand and say that they're not. So what do we learn? That you can be manipulated like that to believe in something that goes against your natural instincts. Just imagine as a child you're taught that the blue circle is larger than the red. If you say it enough times, you convince yourself that's the truth. If you're told the lie enough times, it becomes part of your reality. And if enough people are taught that lie, that the blue circle is larger than the red, well, now it becomes part of the culture. And if that culture then passes that misinformation along to the next generation, well, now it becomes tradition. And what we have to remember is that just because we have a tradition doesn't mean it's morally acceptable. Tradition and morality are not always the same. I mean, can you think of any traditions that we once had in the United States of America that we no longer have? That today we think back and that was immoral? Slavery, right? Less than 200 years ago. And that was a tradition. So the traditions we have today doesn't necessarily mean they're morally acceptable. And as we evolve as a culture, so do our traditions. Now, The Matrix is a story. It's a story. When told enough times to enough people, it becomes part of that culture.
Okay, so this is what we need to understand. Told enough times, it becomes truth. Doesn't matter. It could be the biggest lie in the world. Not make sense. Let me explain to you why not make sense. I wasn't going to go down this way, but I'm off the cuff. Here's a pen, okay? There's something called the theory of gravity. It's a theory, the theory of gravity. Actually never been proven scientifically. Here's a pen. This pen has weight. The air has weight. Now, if I did this, people say, oh, that's because of gravity. It actually is not. Because if this is more dense and has more weight than the air around it, so it falls. If I blow up a helium balloon, helium is lighter than the air around us, so the balloon will float. Why doesn't gravity affect that balloon? Is it too strong against gravity? No, it's because it's lighter than the air around us, okay? But if people hear what I'm saying, they're going to call me crazy. And I've had friends say to me, you're really crazy, because I question the shape of the earth. Can you imagine this? All I do is question it. So, told enough times, it becomes truth. If that truth is told enough times, it becomes reality. Even if it's a lie. If enough people are taught that lie, it's now part of culture. So let me explain to you. Go on either a Mr. T, anti-Mr. T, on X, the old Twitter, or go on an anti-flat earth Twitter, X on Twitter. Those are the best places. You go on there, and the minute someone mentions FE, people come out by the hordes and call them idiots, unregenerate, stupid, illiterate, every single name you can think of, because we have an opinion that maybe the earth isn't what they say it is. That is why we are in the mess we are in today. Then you should look, if there are people on here that are saying, well, it's this shape and that is the truth, then this program is more for you than anyone else that's watching, because I have to lay a foundation moving forward. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to show you something, a graphic that's really, really amazing. This is what we're dealing with. And you know what I'm finding? Watch this. I'm watching as I'm speaking about this. people leaving. That's, you understand, they can't grasp it. Now, this is why I'm on YouTube. Okay, I'm going to show you this. Cognitive dissonance. A lot of people use it. A lot of people say that's what it is, but I'm going to read you what it really is. This is why people get upset when you challenge what they hold most closely. Whether it's in the political realm, whether it's in the religious realm, whether it's in the science realm, the cognitive dissonance, and this is what it is. It's a mental conflict that occurs when beliefs, yes, Queen, it's a trigger. It's a mental conflict that occurs when beliefs are contradicted by new information. The concept was introduced by the psychologist Leon Festinger in the late 1950s. He and later researchers showed that when confronting with challenging new information, most people seek to preserve their current understanding of the world by rejecting, explaining away, justifying, or avoiding new information, or by convincing themselves that no conflict really exists. Cognitive dissonance is nonetheless considered an explanation for attitude change. So this is what is happening. And for people who are scientifically inclined or educated, if you can get that across to them, they will actually possibly consider it. Now, let me explain to you something. As you can see, my hair is different, okay? If you saw me in person, you would see that it's all purple in here. It's really very cool. I went to a hairdresser, and if anyone is in the Sarasota County area, Manatee County area, I got someone for you, man. You just got to email me at ddgathering@gmail.com. But she's amazing. She was in Manhattan 4 years ago, okay, during the whole thing. She was this side and was all about fake 46, okay? She now is not, because what happened was her existence during that time created such cognitive dissonance that she either retreated back and just forgot everything, but she's too smart for that. So she then started questioning. Now, her and I were like talking like crazy when 4 short years ago, she would have been, "You're nuts, woman." This is what happens to people when they actually experience, which is why this is taking so long. People are experiencing things they need to. I've seen lifelong friendships be destroyed because I question the shape. I've seen families broken up. I've seen marriages broken up. So let me show you this. This is mind-boggling, literally. This is what happens. It's such a mental conflict when your beliefs are contradicted with new information that it activates areas of the brain involved in their personal identity. And it creates an emotional response to threats. It's like the brain's alarm goes off when they feel threatened on a deeply personal and emotional level. It causes them to shut down, disregard any rational evidence that contradicts anything they are convinced is truth. Now, I've experienced that a lot. I've experienced it recently a few times. I've experienced where people are saying to me, everything I do, everything Dennis and I stand for, everything we say, the sacrifices we make, the money that is spent, the people that have been healed, the prophetic words that have freed people that have been delivered, with all of that, do you know the first thing they say to me? You actually believe the earth is flat? Excuse me? Excuse me? That is cognitive dissonance at the extreme. If we don't, Thomas Spivey, okay, if she is teaching the world is flat, she's very deceived. I'll tell you, Jan, what difference it makes. See, I love this off the cuff. This is awesome. I don't have a problem being challenged. Thomas Spivey, let me explain something to you, okay? I don't know if you're a Bible believer, but if you are, there is Pastor Dean Odle, O-D-L-E. I'm not teaching about FE right now. And I don't even believe that it might be. Laura, I understand that, and I don't believe that for a minute. So I'm sorry. I don't know who said it. I don't know who they are. But if they're saying that, then they actually are contradicting the Bible. Now, is that going to create cognitive dissonance in your brain? That maybe people that you consider prophets saying things that now may not be true? Now, is that going to cause cognitive dissonance in your brain? Guys, I'm getting down and dirty here. I told you this. Truth, I have a yield sign on that thumbnail that says truth spoken. So, yeah, I agree with you. Trump Maestro, I agree with you, especially since it's hurling through space at 666 miles per hour. What? Now, all I can tell you is, Jan, let me put you up. Thank you for this question, Jan. I love you for it. What difference does it make what the shape the earth is? Let me explain to you the difference, my friend. Otto, am I messing with you? Am I messing with your head right now, Otto? I appreciate you, Otto. I appreciate you for posting that. That's not easy to do when probably a lot of people don't agree with you. So, my friend, thank you for hanging in there. And all I ask you is to just consider it. Go back to the beginning of this video so that I can explain how I explain about cognitive dissonance. So let me go back to Jan's question. Let me say this, Jan. Right now, the government agency that runs all of this was created right after World War II by a bunch of people that I can't say the word. But I'll know who they are. Along with Satanists, they created that agency, okay? They have said that it keeps expanding. And so when you think of you being a little tiny dot in the middle of zillions of galaxies that keep expanding every single day, you're so insignificant. I mean, where's God in all this? Is he way out there? Obviously, he's within us. I'm not saying his spirit's not within us. But is he way out there? Is he way? Now, let me give you the other thing. The Bible says it's a circle. It doesn't say round, doesn't say globe. It says a circle. Okay? So it says, go look it up. In Hebrew, it means circle. So if that's true, and there's a firmament, right, like this, that it says, And it says, above the firmament are waters. And then there's God. God's right there. He's right there. He's not out in the universe somewhere flying on galaxies. He's not. He's right there. Everything that is done in this world that is deceptive is for two reasons: to hide God and to make money that gives them power. That is why everything is done. Again, if this is irritating you, please don't leave. It irritated me too at one point. And this broadcast is not about FE. I brought it up, but see what happened? The minute I said, I don't think it's like this, everybody starts. Even if you believe it's like this, guys, please just hang in here with me. Don't leave. Why? Why can't I disagree? Why am I a deceiver? Why? Why can we agree on everything else? But when I say that, everyone flips out. It's like people that are on that side. You mention Mr. T, and you get TDS. That's what you get. People like their heads blow up like that emoji. Why? Why? We're all in this together. Allow me to question. Allow me to let you stand on my shoulders so that maybe you'll see things from a different perspective. Otto, again, or I hope to get grounds in a place where there's mercy. Otto, my brother, God bless you, man. Hang in there with me, please. If I just came on here for you, Otto, it was worth it. I'm telling you, I feel that very deeply. And you will be rescued by God, my brother. You will be. You will be. Jan, you can ask all the questions you want. Let me just continue. Critical thinking, Queen. That's exactly it. I am a critical thinker in every area. And if you think my friends and my family smile at this, they do not. When I pass on from this life, I stand before one. I don't stand before my family and friends. If Dennis and I are left alone, then the cheese stands alone. That's all I can tell you. You will always get truth from me. Even if I make a mistake and I discover there's truth, I will then give you the truth and say I was wrong. You will always get truth. I've been like this since my high school days. I could give you stories you wouldn't believe. People threw me away then because I told the truth about something. Just in my DNA. So I don't have an issue saying I don't know. I know Mr. T was called by God. I know Jesus Christ is Lord of all. And I know that FE is a really good possibility. I'm not there 100%, but I know it's not this. I definitely know it's not this. And I'm going to give you one more reason, and this is for Otto. Give you one more reason why it's not this. Picture this, and I said this on Fab 4 a few weeks ago. Water finds its level, okay? That is a fact. You put water in a vase like this, it'll be that shape. You put it in a square box, it'll be that shape. Water finds its level, okay? Consider this now. Just consider it. You don't have to agree. Just consider it. You've got this, okay? And 85% of it is water. So you got even on the bottom, it's upside down. You got water upside down, okay? But we don't lose one drop of it, not one drop. And that's because I said at the beginning, the theory of gravity. Theory of gravity. I proved to you about that at the beginning. If you didn't see it, go back and watch it. Now I'm going to prove it to you again. Why don't we lose one drop? We don't lose one drop because it's not like this. Let me give you a scenario. The oceans themselves. Consider 1 cubic mile of water. Okay, think of a mile, a cubit, make it a cube, and fill that up with water. All right? That there are trillions of cubic miles of water in the oceans around the world. Okay? The amount of strength in I don't want to name gravity, but that's what they call it, to keep the water from falling off has to be beyond anything we could ever imagine anywhere. Yet, I could literally get a helium tank, blow up a balloon, let it go, and it'll go all the way up into the sky. Why isn't gravity keeping that down, that little balloon with the little helium? Why? All I want is someone to answer these questions for me. That's all. Very logical. Yes, Susan, very logical. Listen, and if so, why and why did they? Jan, I told you why they do. See, it doesn't matter the shape. The lie is what matters to me. You understand? It's a lie. And so I go forward knowing that lie is real. And the lie is real because I heard with my own ears, and I wish I put it up. I can play it another time for those of you who hadn't. Admiral Byrd, greatest explorer of our time, ended up dying in his sleep at 68 after he told everyone, and I have the video and you've all seen it, that there is a landmass the size of the United States. He was on NBC when he said it. It's all over. You can find it. On the other side of Antarctica. Okay. Now, so I went to a map, looked, there's no landmass on there. I went to this I had in my home. I looked at the bottom, no landmass on there. Why isn't the landmass on there? Why are they hiding that? When Admiral Byrd said that it was there. And then within a year later, he was found dead. How can you believe anything they say? See, for me, it's like a friend, okay? I'm your friend, I'm your friend, I'm your friend. I will be your friend to the ends of the earth. It's who I am. It's who Dennis and I are. If you are friends with us and you need something, we're there. We're there. We're there. You need to come in our home, we're there. We've been like this since we were pastoring in New York. Nothing's changed. When we were working with Kim Clement, nothing's changed. This is what I don't get, okay? I'm your friend. You're my friend. I trust you completely. And then one day I find out that you lied to me about something very, very important. Completely lied. Caused me to create all kinds of thoughts about somebody else or whatever. Can I ever trust you again? Take a lot of years to build up that trust again. That's how I feel about that agency. They lied about that, Admiral Byrd. How can I not then go down a road and question everything. How can that happen? Why can some truthers see truth in every other area, but not this one? Because they're personally tied in it. It's their personal worth. It's a deep held belief. What else is true, not true, and is now part of culture? We don't know. Yes, that's where I live, right there. Everything should be questioned. Listen, thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you. My birthday was yesterday. You need to question me. Not many people will say that. Question me. If you know something I need to know, I'm not a know-it-all. The only thing you're not going to convince me of is that Jesus Christ is not Lord. I've seen too many miracles and too much has happened in my life. And that's an issue, dead issues. That's dead to water. DJT, unless it comes out of his own mouth, something about him or he's dead, you're not going to convince me. Mr. T is not called by God. FE, somebody's got to tell me why all these questions I have. You have to look, our Constitution was created for we the people to keep the government in check, not the other way around. Very good question. How do you become a critical thinker? This is how you do. Someone above said, a bunch of people that she watches all said they'd been taken up into heaven or wherever and saw that the earth was this shape. Now, for me, that sends off red flags flying, like boom, like the earth is exploding. Because I've got all kinds of questions about that, which is not for this show, but I'm gonna do a show about it. So, how do you become? Well, first of all, the minute I hear that, I've got to find out right away, did that person ever say anything that didn't come true? I can tell you right now, I know the people you're speaking about, and many things didn't come true. A plethora of things didn't come true. So right there, now it didn't come true. So that's how I become a critical thinker, like my friend who lied. Now I'm a critical thinker toward my friend. Does that help you at all? Yeah, Jan, exactly right. That's right. Did they test the spirits that took them up? Or did they really go up? Did they really? I don't know. I could tell you anything, and try to get you to believe me. Do you realize that? See the platform I have? This is very precious to me. Your ears are very precious to me. Our community is the most precious thing God has ever given us. Anything that I believe might not be true, I could never, ever let that go to your ears. I feel accountable for it, which is why I'm having nobody on my platform now, which is why I'm doing this on my own on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And Fab 4 and Solomon's Porch, boom, that's it. That's why. Because I can't go down a road where someone is telling you something and I'm not sure it's real or true or correct. It's just where I am. Charlene, I'm going to go down that road another time. I promise you, this is what she's asking. See, if I go down that road now, I'm going to completely veer. And I will. That is extremely, extremely important. If you don't have any questions, I'm pretty much done. Okay. I finished what I had to finish, and this is what I had to do. I wanted to lay a foundation of why people do not allow you to speak your mind or have an opinion about something they disagree with, so that you will understand them better, that you will have more of a heart toward them. Not that you're going to slam it in their head. Listen, I was an atheist, and my husband loved me into the arms of God. He didn't say, "You idiot, you don't know, you think you know, blah, blah, blah." He didn't. This platform now and going forward will be one that will bring truth in a way that you can understand, that is not going to jam it down your throat and said with any harshness. It'll be delivered with love, and you will be able to ask whatever you want. If I don't know the answer, I will say, I don't know. So let's see. Queen, it's another topic for another day. Thank you, Mountain Mama. She put, love what you've done here. You're very welcome. There are people, Caroline Phyllis, people selling books and courses on how to ascend to third heaven. Yes, there are. Not that, that's another day. See, we will go down that road. Believe me, we're gonna dig up some stuff. Susan, no, I will not be doing with anyone, not just them. Savvy Italian, you're very welcome. Some of you I see on TikTok. I started on TikTok, so another platform. Nobody said to go on, don't go on. When you tell me not to go on, man, I'm going right on, especially when Congress is trying to shut it down. I started, if you want to go follow me there, please do. It's an outreach. I don't discuss anything controversial. I don't discuss anything about God. Every now and then I talk, obviously, about God as part of my life, but I talk about real life things we deal with and funny things. And so if you want to go there, it's just at Delora OBrien. Follow me there. Thanks, Renee. She said, I love Delora's TikTok. Let's see. I'm trying to see. I can't find it. I'm looking for that person. Why am I taking this on? Is this really that important? It seems you're dividing the body of Christ, which we don't need. We need unity. Okay, let me explain to you about unity. The person who did away with millions of people in the 40s created amazing unity. That was really, really unity. If that doesn't answer your question, I don't know what else to tell you. Jesus said, I come to separate you from your mother's, father's, sisters, brothers. Unity? Jesus did not sit by the side of the road with a guitar and sing Kumbaya. I am for unity. Always, always, but not at the expense of sharing truth, because God Almighty knows there's so little real truth being explored right now and being said right now that I have to do it. Hold on. I'm going to answer that. Where they don't. Yes. Pretty much. They do some things. I can't say them here because it'll cause an issue here too. Some things they don't, but it's very, over there is very, Susan, pro Mr. T, very pro Mr. T, very pro awake. I thank you, Natalie. I appreciate that. The last thing I want to do is to bring division. I love this. Delora, I dreamed that we were together. We laughed all the time. Do you know what that means? Yeah, that probably in the future we'll be together and we'll laugh. That's what I'm hoping it means. That's what I'm hoping it means. Yeah, Marita, we want truth. That's why they want to shut our mouths. We have the right to question everything. Thank God. Amen. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. The body doesn't need unity and lies. Lady Patriot, spot on. That is one of the things, Jan, that I'm going to be talking about. I might do that Wednesday. I believe that area is going to be used in this whole process we're going through right now. That's what I believe. I had a dream about you this morning again. Oh, Queen, I hope it was good. House divided cannot stand. I get it. I get it. You're absolutely correct. But we need to stand and unite to Jesus and his blood in truth. In truth. I will never be united. Look, Jesus said, if they're not against you, they're for you. That's what he told John. I'm not against anybody that's for me at all. But you can't lie about something. You understand? And then say you're for me. You know, Jesus didn't say, you know, that in the temple that the money changers, he had to be in unity with the money changers. He turned over the tables. You got to know truth. The truth will set you free. Try making a puzzle with pieces missing. Very interesting. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's about it, guys. If there's topics you want me to discuss, had to lay this foundation. Yeah. What a great way to end this. Al Lafayette. Do you think that those who are upset with you speaking are into cognitive dissonance right now? Because I don't understand why people would be upset with what you're saying. Yes, that is spot on, exact. And that's why I opened with something about cognitive dissonance. This is, yeah, pray for discernment. Pray for discernment. Laura, absolutely. I know it's not long enough, Natalie. I understand. But understand something. It takes a lot to put these shows together. And it's very important to me to be very accurate and to be very careful and loving. Like Otto. Otto challenged me. I love that man. I don't even know who he is. but he was so honest. And I get it. I get people living with something that's blowing their mind. You know, people are just people, folks. Look, no one wants to be hated. No, people love to be affirmed. I love to be affirmed. You love to be affirmed. We all love to be loved. It's hard saying things that will make you think this is easy, that I lose family and friends because of a shape? Why would God have me do this? I don't know. But I believe it's probably the basis of so many lies and the basis and the foundation of lie upon lie upon lie upon lie, that I had to go down the road with the three things, Mr. T, JC, and Effie. Those are the things that will destroy relationships right now. Go figure. Thank you. Thank you all. Critical thinking, walk by the Spirit. Egbert Stone, critical thinking is given to you by the Spirit of God. One is not different than the other. Because if Jesus was alive today and picked up dirt and put it in a person's eye, spit in it, made mud, his spit, put it in a person's eye, there would be tons of people who would say he's a fake and a fraud, and he's a charlatan and a false prophet. Was he? No. Because he did something at that time. He was led by the Spirit of God. That's what I'm led by, the Spirit of God. I love you all. I can't wait for Wednesday, noon. Please share this so we can expand to people that don't agree. I'm not looking for agreement. I'm looking for disagreement so that we can together find unity in truth. I love you. Until Wednesday, remember, go in the power of God. Have a great day, everybody.